Welcome back to Race Report, everyone. Today I have a rather sad news story for Daniel Ricciardo fans. It has been announced as of today that Daniel Ricciardo will be leaving McLaren at the end of the season. The team and Daniel himself have released a statement today that said they have mutually agreed to split, although McLaren did admit it was them that kind of made the move. This won't come as a shock to many people. It has been heavily rumoured over the last couple of weeks during the summer break that McLaren are looking and were looking to move Daniel Ricciardo on so they could replace him with Oscar Piastri. That move has not yet been confirmed. I'm guessing they're going to give Daniel Ricciardo some time and give him his announcement and then announce Piastri another day. But of course, even though we knew it was coming, it is a sad day for Daniel Ricciardo fans. Of course, he didn't really live up to what we all wanted him to be at McLaren. He even admitted to himself that he hadn't lived up to what he wanted to be at McLaren, and McLaren also said that he had not lived up to what they wanted to be. They've both put it down, both McLaren and him have put it down to not being able to find a car that is in tune with Ricciardo's driving style, and the fact that they just couldn't mesh together. I think we've all been there in the past at a company or maybe even with a partner or loved one where you've just not been able to get into the right groove of each other. That seems like what's happened here with McLaren and Ricciardo. This season he has of course been averaging 3 places lower in qualifying than his teammate Lando Norris, and he is currently 5 places lower in the championship than Norris. It's clear that both McLaren and Ricciardo have realised that, they're not getting the results either of them want. So they're going to split and try again elsewhere. Of course, Ricciardo does leave McLaren with one good memory in particular. He was the race winner at last year's Italian Grand Prix, and there's nothing that can take that away from him, so he can hold his head high with that result. So now the attention turns to, when does the new driver get announced for McLaren? Be it Oscar Piastri or maybe somebody else, probably Oscar Piastri though. And what's next for Daniel Ricciardo? I think that's the more pressing question for most fans, because it's not exactly clear on where he's going to land. Of course, the most obvious and maybe even the most logical answer is that he could go to Alpine. Alpine are the ones who lost Piastri, or are losing Piastri. Perhaps it's a straight swap. He's raced for that team under the guise of Renault. Perhaps that's where he's going to end up. Maybe. If you look elsewhere on the grid, Williams have a seat. Latifi has not been confirmed yet. Maybe. Although, is that a bit too much of a step down for Ricciardo? We'll have to see. And in the last couple of days, I've seen rumours of him potentially having a call with Haas as well. Obviously, Schumacher is not settled there for next season yet, so perhaps he takes that seat. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, it is silly season in the F1 driver market, so we have no idea what could happen. Ricciardo had a contract for next season, and look what happened to that. So we don't really know anything, do we? Of course, his future also doesn't have to reside in F1. There are plenty of other formulas out there that will give him that itch and let him to return to the top step, no doubt. But perhaps he wants to try his hand at something different. Who knows? It will be interesting for us to find out though. What do you all think of the news of Daniel Ricciardo leaving McLaren, and where do you think he's going to end up? Let me know in the comments, let me know over on social media at Race Report Pod, and I will catch you in the next one.